Because this NDA note, sir, says that the entry of foreign brand names will also quicken the development of the Indian small-scale sector, as many companies entering the retail trade sector would like the source of requirements to be from Indian firms. Do you really believe, sir, that Indian firms or the small-scale sector in India would get impacted? What's your sense on that? Does the small-scale sector get impacted by the entry of a Walmart?
No. Neither will it be benefited nor will it be helped.
Okay, and then therefore do you believe that it's not so bad for retail FDI to come into India?
And neither is it so good, man. As Jain has pointed out very well, he called this a thunderous non-issue. Why don't you people focus on that fact? If they are not going to, 3 stores are opened, how is it going to affect 1.2 billion people country? And how is it going to benefit them?
Because there has been a downturn in the investment climate in India over the last several months, and the government believes that this is one step which will help reassure foreign investors that India is not shutting its doors to MNCs, that we are still as open in inviting MNCs as we were earlier.
Rahul, that's not going to change, and it's not for the last few months. I've been saying this for 4 years, that the investment climate has been worsening, and you were not listening. And of course, government is too wise to listen or to hear. The fact of the matter is that the reason investment climate has gone down is not this retail type of nonsense. The real reason is the return of arbitrariness in decision making. Look at what happened in environment, to Vedanta, to POSCO, to Lavasa, to these, to Cairn. Then this whole thing about retrospective taxation, it was the return of arbitrariness. Second, the resumption of socialism in India, Indian socialism, which means take discretionary powers and distribute favors to your friends, as has happened in coal, as happened in telecom under Raja. That is what vitiated the investment climate. How is this FDI in retail going to change it?
Because it gives foreign investors at least some sort of an assurance. They were feeling that India is beginning to close its doors.
Mr. Sir, if you continue, India, that's not their concern. You mean to say they were not coming into infrastructure because India's doors were closed? India had opened its doors completely on infrastructure. Why were they not coming in? Because we were not able to implement projects because of the stalemate on land acquisition policy. Because the government giving in to small little agitations. Why should they not go to China or Thailand or Malaysia?
Do you believe, Mr. Shourie, that part of the problem also is the role being played by the opposition? When the government takes a decision, for example, the increase in the price of diesel, which everybody knows is good for the fundamentals of the economy, the opposition goes and makes such a big ruckus, making the task of governing very difficult.
Right, and I have said that many times for all opposition parties. When I tried to do disinvestment, this was the exact replay that was done then. And I have therefore strongly written a book against this kind of adversarial politics, that you will shout against everything that I do, and when I do the same thing or you do the same thing, then I will shout against you. This is certainly not constructive, not helpful for the country at all.
Do you think this is rank opportunism by the principal opposition, the BJP, sir?
Sir, you are just trying to get a one-liner. No, I am not going to answer that question. I have said this in the Walk the Talk with Shekhar Gupta also, that I am against this kind of stoppage of parliament and so on. And whether it is rank opportunism or not, those are your words.
The Prime Minister recently seems to have, decided that he will, if he goes down, he wants to go down fighting, and that he wants to, apart from what we've already seen, he's planning to unleash more steps towards economic reform. Do you believe these will help improve the investment climate, speed up growth, which is very important, which is currently going on a downward slide?
That will depend really on what decisions are taken. For instance, if the implementation of infrastructure projects is actually expedited on the ground, it will help a great deal.